What is going on, guys? It is the Kai Beam podcast. You are here with your host Kai Beam and my co-hosts Gamdo and Elusive. And yes, I know. The channel name has changed, but it's kind of like we're going through this kind of rebranding thing. Before it was Kai Beam TV, and I wasn't really sure what the name should be, but the whole overall thing is supposed to be Ultralight Soul, and I have like a trailer that I'll put up sometime after this that'll kind of go more into that. But I just wanted to address it. This still is going to be called the Kai Beam Podcast, and this is episode 11 that you're listening to right now. We have plenty of topics to get into. So, first thing that I guess I'll start off with is the fact that we have this Our Man movie happening over at DC. Not too familiar with the character. Izzy, what were you telling me about him? I mean, you're the reason
basically,
I actually this.
basically, he's just a character who gains kind of super powered, super strength or flight capability and such for an hour when he takes his special pill. And he always has like a sand glass sort of shit on his neck.
Gotcha.
Where, like, like one of those sunglasses that they use in the back in the day where, is it called hourglass or sunglass? I don't know. But,
Yeah,
that drips the sand out of it. Yeah, so he only gains the superpower for an hour, and he reverts back to being a normal person. But apparently what they're doing is trying to be a good twist on it. I don't know. I could look forward to it, because he's part of, like, the Justice Society.
Yeah, this guy actually got killed by Reverse Flash in the CW.
I remember that. He was Rex Tyler, right?
Yeah.
It
It was really weird in that series because, gosh, like they left it off as such a
big
good
cliffhanger, and we thought they were gonna completely focus on the Justice Society, but nope, that was just a red herring.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, if you get into that wave rider, like, you're gonna die, and they went through that, but it was like something completely, like, something else. Well, actually, no, they did follow through with it. It was like a nuke that they had to stop, but it was like you never saw that person again. So, because he got a hand through the chest. So.
Yeah, apparently I was reading through the article and they said Rex Tyler's kid, Rick Tyler. Oh, lovely name, but he's the most popular person that has ever taken the Our Man title. So, but in terms of the movie, they don't know which one they're gonna go with. I don't know. I mean, it sounds cool. If it's a good movie, I'll probably end up seeing it. I mean, DC needs some wins other than the Snyder cut.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a version of him who's gonna appear on this Stargirl TV show on CW too, like season 2 of Stargirl. He's gonna be on there, but I think that's his son though. That's not him, because in Stargirl he actually did get killed at the beginning of Stargirl. Like, the entire Justice Society got decimated by the League of Evil, or whatever the hell they call themselves.
Wait, that version of Stargirl is like on a different.
Yeah, she's on Earth too, the
right?
same Earth that Jay Garrett is on.
Oh, okay.
That's so weird.
So, has that Stargirl show actually good though? Like, do you know?
It's decent. I mean, the budget is definitely better than the
W. Yeah.
Flash, the Flash thing that we're doing, because remember, it originally got picked up by HBO. Then eventually HBO loaned them the property, and now so it's like airing on CW. But remember, it was originally gonna be airing on HBO, so HBO original.
Gotcha.
It is also 13 episodes, so like the budget will be dispersed evenly.
Right. Without any kind of stupid fillers.
Oh my god.
I guess this is a good starting off point. Instead of going straight to the Snyder Cut, let's just get into the CW shit, because that's a great turning point right here. Listen.
Izzy, did you watch?
Trash, man.
Yeah. Izzy,
the
you
recent
watched
episode of Flash?
Yeah, the recent episode.
Yeah, I watched it.
I did not. I heard Izzy watch it, and I was like, that shit sounds like hot garbage.
It was just awful, bro.
Yeah, no, let me just say, because I remember, like, when we did, like, our top 10 or 15, that one podcast that was, like, way too long, I was talking about how, like, The Flash is one of, like, the most just rocky TV shows that can, like, have its ups and downs, but, like, I don't know what was going on. Like, I want to say that it was, like, COVID that made the production and, like, the writing the way it was, but I just gotta say, man, because the second episode to the finale, the penultimate episode to season 6, was fine. It was perfectly fine because like you have all these things that Grant Gustin was able to do. Like he was able to act like different because of the fact that he had like the ability to have speed thinking, and he had this thinker and like reverse flash mentality, which is really cool because it's not something that you typically see with Grant Gustin. He's always crying to his wife, and for just whatever reason, like they do this thing where they kill a character off, they bring another version, which I'm talking about Harrison Wells. Like he sacrificed technically all versions of himself,
Right.
so the Speed Force can come back in the artificial Speed Force. Barry destroys it, and then another Harrison Wells, because for some reason the Spectator or the Spectre was like there always has to be a Harrison Wells, and he came back for a short moment. It's the most confusing thing, and I also gotta say
it really is, man. And it just also doesn't add impact to his death now. It's like
it doesn't.
It's whatever
No,
whenever he actually gets killed.
And the worst thing is too is just like they do all these backtrackings that could have been like averted if they just stuck with certain like plot points.
Right.
Like Cisco's powers, for example. I don't know at what point he was like, you know what? I kind of miss like being Vi, but I actually don't want it to be organically. I want it to be like mechanical.
Mechanized.
So, yeah,
transformer
so like,
nonsense.
he's coming over here looking like a Bakugan.
Yeah. I'm surprised this man didn't turn into a ball and start rolling around with that big metal chunk of arm that he had, bro.
I don't know. I haven't seen the episode.
It doesn't make any sense at all. It's confusing. It's the most infuriating thing. And then the worst thing of it is like I understand like Hartley Sawyer was let go because of some tweets that happened many years ago. But the way that the showrunner or just like the way the show handled it was disgusting. Like you haven't seen Ralph for like assuming like I think it's like 5 episodes. He comes back. You think he's normal? No, he's melted. The man looked like Laffy Taffy in a microwave.
Yeah.
He came here just going like and then to make it worse, it's not like they have him like transform into someone else temporarily. Like, I don't know, maybe Harrison Wells, but they just make him the Daft Punk. They don't even use his voice. The dude that actually replaced him, like the actor who was doing all the movement, didn't even have the same like walking style. It was just, it was
just awful, man.
Yeah.
Like they should I just stuck with him being somewhere else with Sue and just only showed Sue and just call it a day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instead of actually showing him because
honestly,
it added nothing at all to showing his character.
You didn't need to bring him back at all. You could have just said, "Hey, me and Ralph, we're gonna be fighting crime, and we got married
in different city
and shit like that because they were supposed to have a relationship or whatever, right?" So they got married off screen, and they're just out doing their thing. Yeah. They never need to show up again.
We're in a different city fighting crime.
Yeah.
And Ralph says I should say hello to you guys, and he loves you. Call it a day. That's it.
Exactly.
You can literally have him come back as someone else, or just save face. Hey, maybe we do want to let Hartley Sawyer, because this situation was a James Gunn like situation.
It was
where
it was.
He said something edgy, and then Disney fired him, but then they had actually common sense and was like, wait a minute, he's a really good director. He's not like that anymore. So let's hire him back on there. Literally no one, and that's the most frustrating thing. This whole show is about forgiveness, which I'll get to the season finale. The whole show is about forgiveness on a Talk No Jutsu Naruto Shippuden level. Yet they don't forgive someone who has to commit a murder, but apparently he said some offensive shit that was at the time acceptable. What kind of sense does that make, man?
It's the era we live in. You make people pay for stupid shit they said like years ago, and then I don't know, man. It's just dumb. Like you really didn't need to do all that, because now you have all this stuff that is just like the Flash suffers for it, man. Like it used to be such. I don't want to say like a great show. It was a passable show. It was cool. You turn it on. You weren't like this flabbergasted by it. Like. Nigga, I'm like gobsmacked by this shit at this point, because like that finale that they had, that was I don't even know what to say. Like the worst way you could possibly. So anticlimactic. You had this nigga literally. oh, Eva, you know that's not you. That's not you. She's, oh, you're right. You're right. I'm gonna go back to the Mirrorverse and stop everything. I hope you guys' relationship ends well. Bye. And goes to the Mirrorverse. Oh, like, okay,
no,
man.
That entire season was just. It was just. I don't even know the word for it, man. Like,
it was awful. We thought Cicada was bad. Like, this is worse, honestly. Like,
no, it is. Like, you remember the part where, like, you remember the part when Iris was, like, at her little, like, meeting, kind of like her AA group, because she was, like, traumatized over being in the Mirrorverse. They played, like, some, like, happy, like, I won the barbershop competition kind of thing. Like, some weird
going
music
on in the background.
They have never done that before. I was like, what are they doing?
Yeah, like, you know, you remember those pet commercials where you have, like, the abandoned pet and you have, like, this Sarah McLachlan song playing in the background, right? To, like, make you feel something for the pets and whatnot. Like, that is one of those situations, but the music was just awful, man. Like, I'm like, why?
No, you're right. No, that's even better. Yeah, the music was on the same level as those commercials that, on the off chance you don't die of an overdose to seek compensation, you got a clear sense of, like, I don't know, direction in life. Like, you don't have, like, scoliosis anymore or something. And she's just, like, walking out the building all happy and stuff. Meanwhile, and I don't even know exactly when the time period is set in between season 6 and 7.
Right.
But, like, if it was, like, months ahead of time, I don't know why Barry still carried this guilt. That he was just, like, oh, my gosh. Because he was, like, compensating throughout that entire episode. He was, like, trying to do all this stuff and, like, hey, let's go to Morocco. And she's like, we already went somewhere. And he's just like, oh shit.
He just keeps trying to go and make her take a getaway, and she's not even asking for that. She's just trying to, like, get over whatever fucking traumatization she had from that experience, and all he trying to do is take her on vacations.
Yeah, she
doesn't want to do that.
They don't really handle trauma very well in, like, CW. Like, it's just really weird. Like,
and they also never fucking learn lessons either. They have to keep constantly repeating this shit over and over. Oh, Barry, you know, you're so strong, man. Don't let it, like, dude, I'm just sick of this shit.
Yeah, they keep trying to hammer that shit down, and if it didn't work the first time, it's not going to work, like, the next 29th times that you do it, you know?
Yeah.
So,
someone had a TikTok where he basically, like, boiled down, like, Flash in, like, under like 10 seconds, and it so spot on. Because the most frustrating thing, this is why I was so happy that Flash was, like, had that speed thinking, because he was so much more efficient than
really was.
Everyone else.
Effective.
He was.
Like, you didn't have to worry about Cisco, like, pulling a gadget up his ass. You didn't have to worry about Caitlyn or Killer Frost just saying something witty, and then she has, like, a cure for something. That's, oh my gosh, like, they became a parody of themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
That's seriously what happened. And then they opened themselves to plot.
They just had to go and ruin it by making him go back to his usual
His beta form.
uncertain version of himself.
You knew as soon as you were watching it, you knew this nigga was gonna lose that as soon as he got it, because it's just like, if he had kept that speed thinking, literally every issue they would have ever had would have just been resolved in, like, 5 seconds.
He would have been just a one-man team. They wouldn't need Team Flash, because Team Flash is already useless as it already come as at the moment. So
no, they really are. And they're trying to say that this season of Flash, which I don't know why they wait so god dang long. They said season 7 is supposed to be the Barry Allen from the comics at some point or another, and I seriously hope that leads to every possible person close to him dies a tragic death.
But
I
really
really
know
do.
what that's gonna lead to. Is this nigga
even if that
not
happens,
even
they're just gonna
following
bring
his-
them back anyway.
Exactly. He's not gonna follow his own rules. He's probably gonna fucking fuck up the timeline again and go do some other shit because he just doesn't fucking care.
Yeah, because, like, even this current episode, he was trying to, like, convince that guy, whoever Kadabra, his name is, that he wasn't gonna go through time and mess up time or whatever. But we all know that was
This
just
man's motivations. This like out of time sous chef looking guy over here, like, his whole motivations was to just get his family back by killing the Flash instead of, I don't know, maybe doing the hard work and actually going back in time and meeting the person that you would have possibly fell in love with. And on top of that, Flash was just like, you know what? We could be friends.
Right. And
It's
he
that
somehow,
simple.
after he just murdered like 5 people, like since he showed up in the episode, he just kept killing people left and right. And all of a sudden, you just straight up forgot what he did and just say, "Yeah, let's be friends now."
Yeah, I
And he's
was
like,
like,
"Okay."
what the fuck? Yeah, and it was just like they became friends instantly. All those people's murders, forgotten. Someone had like a bunch of cards in his chest, forgotten. And then
And
he
they
got
have the nerve to call
uppercut.
him a hero at the end of the episode.
Yeah, no, like he got uppercutted by Abby Anderson from The Last of Us, and his neck just broken. And then Iris is just like, he was a goddamn hero. Like, get the fuck out of here.
A person who came in and murdered, like, I've never even seen a villain murder so many people in one episode on Flash before. And somehow at the end of the episode, they have the nerve to call this man a hero. Yeah,
No,
hey,
you know what that
that's a really good
situation
example.
reminded me of? This situation reminded me of when, because I'm pretty sure they watched Naruto Shippuden at this point. It reminds me of the point where Obito decided to become good, and he sacrificed himself. And then Naruto, as he's like crumbling to pieces like an Oreo cookie, he's like, Naruto, be good, and he's just like, you were the fucking best. Like,
Right.
kinda
After this,
had that
I forgot that he just killed his Neji over here. I'm like, come on, bro.
You know,
I
another,
didn't like it at that point. I don't like it now.
another place that happened you're forgetting that I always think about is when fucking Madara's dying and he looks over Hirashirama. Yeah, like, you were right. Maybe you were right.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into Naruto.
We're not,
It's
but
just-
I was just saying that situation. It applies everywhere, and it's exacerbated on CW because they do this shit so often, man.
So
It's-
often. I'm
it's
gonna make a
dumb.
comparison because the Snyder Cut came out, but I do want to finish just the like what's going on with the CW, just in general, because this backtracking doesn't also stick with the Flash.
Nope.
For some strange reason, they decided to carry this on with Batwoman by having Kate Kane being recasted by Wallace Day.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
her
gonna
name?
go well.
Yeah.
We
No.
were talking about this off mic. These decisions make no sense. Why would you recast Batwoman as this other chick? I forget her name. Ryan Wilder.
So what are they gonna do? Have two Batwomans running around on screen?
Apparently,
See, what I had in mind was what they could do is Kate Kane comes back, they change their costumes. I'm not sure if you guys seen Mystery of the Batwoman, which
No,
was
I-
like
I-
an old
Oh yeah, I've
an
seen
old-
that.
Yeah, and you saw how like
You have three
they all had
Batwomans, like
Yep. Yeah, three
Yeah.
Batwomen, and they had this really cool like gray costume, and they actually had like a hobgoblin thing where they were like on a hoverboard, and it was really cool. It was a really cool concept because I mean you had different motivations, you have different character attributes and stuff like that, and honestly, that would probably be the best thing they could do to save the show because stop doing this thing where it's just like you take Bruce Wayne's suit and you're just like saying all these cringy lines. It's gonna be good. Yeah, when it fits me. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. And they should have what they should have done was they should have just cast Wallace Day before season 2 actually like kicked off because apparently a lot of people already knew about Wallace Day, and Wallace Day actually wanted to be the replacement for Ruby Rose, and she just didn't get casted yet, which is just oh man.
So now it just kind of made a recasting of the new Batwoman kind of moot because if they were gonna do that, they should have just straight up just had her replace Ruby Rose right off the bat and not even bring a black Batwoman into this because she served no purpose at all.
She does.
Yeah, you know where this is going too, right? Because you can see the potential backlash if she ends up like taking the mantle back, right?
Right.
It's gonna be oh, the white woman right here came and took back the mantle, and now like this black girl with a afro for her Batman costume is gonna be left back to her little minivan, which I honestly don't want to have to like hear that. I don't want to see that on social media at all because if they want to save face, they might as well just have to. Don't name her little like Nightwing or none of that. Please don't.
Nitrous Wing you don't forget Nitrous Wing, man.
But that's the thing, though. Right off the bat, like they didn't really have enough story to tell with Batwoman to begin with, so I don't even understand why they had to just overcomplicate things by casting another Batwoman who wasn't the same character.
I have no idea. Apparently,
It
it's
was just
like they
ridiculous.
found her. Because the whole team came to the conclusion that okay, she's dead. But then off screen, not really off screen, but like somewhere else, she's just disfigured. Which I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be kind of bad saying it's weird that she survived a plane crash and came out hotter. That's a toxicity in me. I just gotta say it. Like
Oh,
that's just weird.
This just the way they handle this fucking show. Like, and this is coming from a person that actually tried to watch this shit. Like, I gave this shit like half of a season, dude. That is honestly,
I told you it'd be bad.
it's just not a good show. So the main overarching question here is, how has this not been canceled? That's my.
It's
That's mine.
it's
Don't
gonna be
ask me.
canceled after
I
the
don't know.
third season. I think they alluded to that. I saw an
Good.
article where they said that it's not going to get renewed
Good.
for another season. But that's just why would you bring Wallace Day in then? See,
Just waste a lot of people's time is all.
I
Yep.
would never want to work in a company like CW.
Fuck no. The way they handle everything, they do things so fucking cheap. And I'm surprised, and then with all these cringe-worthy virtue signaling bullshit, it's just like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, it's just not good. Sorry.
I just yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like you said, between the pettiness with like actors that end up leaving the show, because mind you, a lot of other actors did the exact same thing. The person who played as Barry's like first love interest in season 2, Patty Spivot, showrunner forced her off the show. So
Wow.
do with that with you will.
Well, she's probably happy now because I mean, Flash is going fucking nowhere. So
Yeah, she's busy voicing Wraith. So
Wraith,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a win for her.
she was on The Boys too, which is a far superior show.
That's weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
I keep forgetting she's that. Like her dyeing her hair just makes her look like a completely different person.
Yeah.
Now Izzy, have you
What's up?
watched Justice is Gray, the Gray edition of Justice League?
Which one is that?
They released
It's
it
the
recently.
most recent one. It's basically like Justice League, but it's desaturated to like a black and white, kind of like a black and white.
Is that the Snyder cut?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, so I
Did you guys
watched
watch it?
all. I watched
I
all
haven't.
3 versions.
I
Yeah,
haven't.
it's not really different.
Except
I
the epilogue,
honestly
right? I think
no, that blog's actually not different either because I was like hoping. I was like, because who said it? Was it Zack Snyder?
Yeah, 'cause
Someone
I
said
could've
like there's
swore-
supposed to be a different
Yeah,
scene.
he's
but there
supposed to have
isn't.
a different dialogue or something like that. Like,
No, he didn't. So the only thing that you really get is like the scenes are a lot clearer. The best part honestly is the Flash scene, but let's go ahead and just get into the Zack Snyder man. Like, thank God this finally came out.
Yeah.
seriously.
It's been a while, man.
Because you compare, we were all talking about this like right after we all got done watching. It's like the night and day difference, and definitely like everyone's been saying, the most cucked person in this movie was Cyborg, and you can again see
Cyborg
why,
and Cyborg and Flash.
Flash, yeah, definitely, because and you can see why Ray Fisher, the guy who played Cyborg, why he was so uppity about it, and to actually see it, it's like.
I mean,
That is fucked
after
up.
watching the
It's fucked
Justice
up.
League, it was totally justified
It
why
was.
he was very upset.
Yeah.
about
Yeah, it
you know?
was.
It really was, and I got to recant on what I said because I remember a couple episodes ago I talked shit about Ray Fisher because I was like, oh, he's handling this poorly, and he's doing all this stuff right here. No, he was justified because after I got done watching the movie, I was looking up articles between his beef with Joss Whedon. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'm glad during Endgame he didn't return because this dude was spiteful.
Yeah, yeah. As far as anyone knows, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone pretty much says he's a douchebag. So.
Oh, he is. I mean, to just kind of make it TLR, stuff that he did, other than like telling Ray Fisher to fuck off, he doesn't listen to Robert Downey Jr. as far as like getting notes. During the scene in the Justice League when Ezra Miller like fell on Gal Gadot's chest, that wasn't actually Gal Gadot because she didn't want to film that scene.
Of
But
course she
what ended
did.
up happening was
Why would she?
Josh Whedon apparently locked her in a room, trying to force her to do that.
Oh
So
my god.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like between the Snyder Cut and the Justice League edition, Wonder Woman in Whedon's version, she's over sexualized. You have all these ass shots and shit. No, in the Snyder Cut, nigga, like off rip, she is
yeah.
just badass. She's killing motherfuckers in there, man. I was surprised. I was like, oh shit, yeah, she's not playing around. You know, it's just like,
I mean,
damn.
that's how Wonder Woman should be, because
Yeah,
she's a
Yeah.
warrior.
yeah,
She's not somebody who comes in here like trying to be like girly.
yeah.
She's
Yeah,
a
like
warrior. She's from an island of a warrior females, so like it just makes sense. That's how her character should be.
Yeah,
and
So
it completely defeats the purpose now that you say that to sexualize a character that's the embodiment of feminism,
yep.
and you do
right,
that, like, man, fuck you, Joss Whedon.
Seriously, because it's just so you know. It's like, why? What
Yeah,
is the need for that? Like Wonder Woman, like you said, is like the icon of like feminism, and she's like one of the most badass female superheroes you're gonna ever see. You know, it's like,
yeah.
it's just
Like that.
crazy.
Those are like the light things, but like just watching the movie, you start to understand how things make sense. I think a lot of people that we follow on social media have said the exact same thing, that like once you watch the 4 hour movies, which honestly, anyone who complains that it's 4 hours, you're not going nowhere. Stop complaining. Like, and on top of that, it's broken up in sections like an episode, so you can just come back to it. So
right.
yeah,
So you
Exactly.
could
Yep.
stop
definitely like
complaining.
pause it and come back.
Yep. You
Exactly.
don't have to sit there for 4 hours. You literally could just like
And
take a break.
and why are people even complaining? Like they're acting like they don't sit on Netflix and binge watch the entire season of a show in a weekend setting.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because they released on a weekend, didn't it? So
Yeah, it was
or
a
Thursday,
Friday.
It
so
was,
close to the
yeah, it
weekend. You
was
could
close to
just
the
binge
weekend.
watch it entire weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why they complain about
Yeah.
how lengthy it is.
Honestly, watching it, like, if you're a fan of that like superhero shit, like I found myself just engrossed in it. I was able to just go all the way through.
Yeah.
You know, so
I,
it's really
when
not.
it first came out, I'm glad my HBO Max didn't crash like a Disney Plus does. But yeah, I watched the whole thing through. Like, I literally just popped myself some popcorn and just stayed up because that
Yeah,
was.
and did you guys watch it in that aspect ratio of the black bars? Because I had to take that off, dude.
Oh no,
Can
I did.
I
wait?
couldn't watch
Can
it with the black bars.
you can
It,
do
I
it
that?
just
wasn't
couldn't.
it wasn't different. There was no difference for me. Like, I just kind of just watched it and I was like, okay, like I get why he did that.
Because I was watching on my 55-inch and I just couldn't like get past the black bar, so I had to make it stretch to get rid of that black bar. If it was like
Oh
top and bottom black bars, I wouldn't have mind, but it was side black bars, and I don't like that at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
Yeah, I
It,
might
it definitely
have
did
to
Like
seem like a
edge
little
to
dumb.
edge.
do that myself actually.
It was hard for me to
Because
actually
I know
notice.
that's how they shot it with the IMAX camera. That if you watch it in IMAX, that's like the optimal way of watching it, but it just doesn't work well on televisions, unless you
Yeah,
have like a projector or something along that line. But it was just distracting, so I had to stretch it out
Gotcha.
to
yeah.
get those black bars out of it. I don't mind, like, how you have the top and bottom black bars.
Yeah, because that's a
That
usual
is okay for me.
cinema thing.
Yeah, but like this side by side black bars where it's like left and right, I do not like that at all.
I think they did it because there was a lot of shots that were like either characters were jumping up or they were like going
Or
down.
edited, I yes.
Yeah, because the film was technically taller, so to speak. So like they had like a lot of shots. Because I don't know, they didn't really have like a lot of shots where characters are like moving left to right. I'll use like the Flash scene for example when he was moving back time, and
Right.
he was just technically going up. So like you had like this very stretched out scene, which is really cool. Again, one of those scenes where it's just like, why did Josh Whedon think that was a good idea to cut that out?
To,
I
Right.
have no
to
idea.
put his own mark on the movie, it's all the hubris thing, man. It's the same way.
Yeah.
It's the same way. Why would you? You already have scenes for the Kent, farm scene, and you redo it. Why? for a couple extra dialogues with the fucking CGI mustache bullshit again. Like, dude, get the fuck
I gotta
out of
say,
here.
I couldn't really pinpoint why the mustache removal did.
Yeah,
Like,
I couldn't
just, like,
tell. I
really
couldn't tell the
grotesque.
difference between that CGI mustache.
I realized though they blurred his like his jowls, like kind of like the edges of his mouth, because it just, oh man, it just looked really weird and off-putting. And yeah, I don't know why they had to do that. Like they just retook a scene and had Henry Cavill come back and was like, oh, what was death like?
Just to make it
Itchy.
ugly.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
So awful. That was one thing that was awesome was like, in the Snyder cut they took out things that were just fucking cringy, like the "do you bleed" shit. Like that shit. Was just fucking God, man. And then the character assassination. We talked about this of Batman. Like he's done way better here than over in fucking the Justice League. Cause like the fucking we talked about it where he got hit and he's like, oh, something's definitely bleeding. Like nigga, Batman's comedy is supposed to be dry, man. He's not supposed to be doing all these quips and shit. It's just no. It's like the way he was in the Snyder cut, it was awesome. Like it was just
he had his own humor, but yeah,
you didn't know.
Better.
You didn't know, man. Apparently, in this Sweden cut, Batman and Joker were related.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, that's where he got his funny bone from, right?
Oh.
I actually thought
To
I
make
actually took that
to
for
make
face
quippy
value.
jokes
I was
and
like,
shit.
what?
Oh god, yeah. I mean, a lot of things were like set up just really well. Like you can really tell like this is like Zack Snyder's soul. Like he put a part of his soul in here because I understand like I'm not gonna lie. Justice League is kind of like not a love letter to his daughter. It's dedicated in her memory, and it is beautifully done. And it sucks that what happened with this family and the tragedy, and then Josh Whedon came in and just fucked everything up. Because yeah, there were so many things that did not work that Josh thought was a good idea, like not having Barry Allen save the world, just have him be comic relief and save a non-speaking family that's supposed to be in Russia. It's bad.
Why were those people living in that town anyway? It should have been a completely irradiated zone, right? So
Yeah.
that
It was like
entire
Chernobyl, I think.
setting just didn't make any sense to me. That was just stupid in the original theatrical cut.
He really Josh really wanted to right his wrongs with Avengers: Age of Ultron, and that's something that Ray Fisher said. And honestly, it's crazy if someone says it just out
He picked the
loud.
wrong universe to do that in.
No, he did. That's the reason why like nothing worked, because he tried to have his Tony Stark archetype. He tried to have like his Thor archetype with Jason Momoa's Aquaman, because he was like hitting on Wonder Woman and stuff. It's just unnecessary, out of character, and yeah, he was just like, no, there can't be any stakes, because there are stakes in this one. This is why I honestly prefer DC over
I'm so
Marvel
glad
stuff.
they took that scene out where he was holding the lasso of truth and stopped saying those stupid dialogue that made completely no sense at all.
Forgot about
then
that.
all of a sudden he's trying to bully Flash to say if he laughed at him he's gonna beat Flash up. Like, why?
Yeah.
It just made him came off like a douche.
Yeah.
Like,
and it made it seem like he didn't care about Cyborg at all, because he was just like his enemy. Like he just didn't outwardly say it.
Like there was that scene where when Superman had just came back and they had to like try to calm him down, and when Flash got knocked into him, like that look he gave him and he pointed at him, he's like, I'm so sorry. Like that shit was actually like funny, like in the Snyder Cut. Like it's just the way, the context, like everything is so much better here. Like
there's more context. Yeah. Batman isn't fighting a parademon and somehow splatters her blood, and then you just see a bunch of boxes. Like that didn't make any sense. And then he's like over here going to Aquaman's spot, being like, oh, the same drawings are on that wall. Tell me about that. What What are you doing?
I heard you could talk to fish.
I will say my favorite scenes, and jump in if y'all agree, but my favorite scenes are Flash Saving Time because that soundtrack was just really good. Like, really, really good. And then, honestly, the post-apocalyptic world. I really want to see that post-apocalyptic world. People are saying, like, oh, the epilogue wasn't necessary. Nah. Sit back, because I got to see that.
No, definitely, man. Like that is some of my favorite scene too, because like the way he uses Speed Force, even if it's somebody who doesn't know what the Speed Force is, it just visualize and tells you what he's trying to do, you know.
Yeah.
So even if you have no idea what the hell the Speed Force is and you're not a comic reader, you still understand what is going on just from the visuals of it and how he's just running through time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I love the way they portrayed it. It's like you take compare this shit to the CW, and it's like that is just night and day.
CGI is
like
bad.
Yeah,
he just hops in a portal.
Yeah, he hops in a
right
fucking portal. He has to run around in a circle, hop in a portal. Whereas this nigga just, kind of just it was the way it just was like, damn, it's just like it was crazy the way it was done.
Yeah,
it looks so cool, and it's gonna be interesting. We were talking about this off mic with the Flash movie. Is hopefully that shit actually comes out because it seems like it's development hell. But I can't wait to see them explore the Speed Force within this specific universe. Like that'll be cool to see how much different it is from the fucking CW one.
Yeah, and that's kind of my comparison with CW Flash and the Ezra Miller Flash, because he's on his own. He's still like he has his own rules. He has like this whole setup already. He's by himself, and for whatever reason, like despite being inexperienced, he has a confidence within himself. That was the biggest thing about that scene. I saw the spoilers.
The confidence,
Yeah, I saw those spoilers. Like I saw like stills, but like when that scene actually happened, I saw like how it happened. I was like, holy shit! And he's running and he's like telling himself like, you have to do this, like you have to have confidence, and that is something I need in the Flash.
With the CW, it's just constantly them always saying the same thing to Barry Allen in that earpiece. Run, Barry, run.
With love.
Do you know how many times we have to hear that nonsense for it to get old really quickly? Like the first two times, it was just enough. How many times do people have to keep reinforcing that you like you're special and you should have more you're actually like the main character in this. You're only gonna be the person who save everybody. So they don't have to keep constantly telling you that. You already know this shit. Like what season are we on the Flash now? 5 or 6?
Like 7.
7. Right, 7. So do you need like every season at least about 5 episodes? They have to keep pep talking him to do stuff he already knows how to do. Like
it literally should have stopped when Oliver died.
Exactly.
It really just had to stop because like when Oliver died, Oliver passed pretty much the mantle of him being the new leader to him.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And I don't blame Grant Gustin's acting. It's the writing that he received.
It's the writing.
It's the staff of the CW. That's the problem. They're fucking cheap. They're not good writers, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. It's just garbage. It's trash.
I would say they're a good writer on some form of where like when they start a project.
Yeah.
You always see like the good writing comes up. Then after a while, like I don't know, either they just get bored of the project or they just lose the the passion they have for the project and just start doing whatever because now it's just like their usual routine that they have to do every year where they just have to write something for an episode. And if it is like that, you really just have to keep switching show writers every time, dude.
Yeah, but if that's the case, then just stop while you're ahead because the show is gonna suffer for that, and the people who actually watching this shit, they're just gonna see all the bullshit you're doing. It's like this shit is awful. Like that shit has been awful for like the past couple seasons, man.
Yeah,
it's just been garbage.
Yeah. And I had to tell Kai Beam, I was like, the season that started off because he said that like all the seasons kind of had a bad start. No, the season
I
7.
It started right after season 4.
Yeah, it was. Because I think back, you look at Zoom's introduction, Savitar's introduction.
Zoom had the best introduction ever, in my opinion.
Yeah. But I don't know, I have this sort of soft spot for Savitar too, because when he was just beating the shit out of him, then he was, like, when he was running and they were like speed warping, I was like, this nigga's insane, dude. But yeah, specifically Zoom, like, he beat the shit out of this man, and he paraded his body around like a damn puppet.
Yeah.
Afterwards,
after he just broke this man back and told him like he sucks. He should step up his game.
Yeah, step your game up, young buck. And they just darted off to God knows where. But yeah, CW, do better. Grant Gustin is a great actor. Stop holding back his acting capabilities.
Cheeseball line to be saying.
And honestly, kill Iris. Love of God, please kill her. I don't. It has nothing to do with Candace.
At this
Patton,
point, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Like Flash CW is like the CW version of Chance the Rapper at this point. It's beyond annoying. But as far as the Snyder Cut, like my epilogue, a lot of people, and I know Kai Beam doesn't like this person, but I love that Joker scene.
It's not that I don't like him. I just.
I love that Joker scene too. I don't know.
It's a great scene. I just don't particularly like his portrayal. That's all.
I don't know, man. For me, I like his portrayal of Joker.
My favorite is Joaquin. So maybe I'm just judging it unfairly. Maybe it's because he didn't have enough time. I'm not saying the scene wasn't good. I like the scene.
Yeah, that's the thing though. But like. The crazy thing is, like, Joaquin was good as a solo thing, but if he was an ensemble, he'd be terrible.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
He would be terrible. He will make a terrible Batman Joker. If Batman was in that movie, he would make an awful Joker.
What you have to realize is, like, that Joker we saw in that Joaquin movie, that's a fresh Joker. Like, give him a couple years, and I'm sure he'll be.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, he's not. He wouldn't be a good Joker. Like, if Batman was present, because of the fact that his Joker is mostly about mental health and all this other stuff going on. He's not like hell bent on just being like he wants to make people laugh.
He also wasn't a mastermind Joker either.
No, this version of the Joker he was laughing. He shot like Jimmy Kimmel, and just went to prison.
I mean, that's pretty much what it was.
But I just think that, I mean, that's the main criticism I hear from people say, but I just feel like you give him, like, some time to, like, get used to being the Joker, because, like, at the end,
Joker
would have been a good adversary for Batman. Batman would have creamed that guy.
Maybe, but
that's what I mean, though. Like, Joaquin's Joker is good. He's good by himself.
It's good.
But he wouldn't be good if he was with. Yeah, he wouldn't be good if he was fighting a Batman. Like, if he was fighting Ben Affleck's Batman, his head would be pasted behind a crate.
I think people underplay the fact that of how, if you watch, like, I feel like he's good at swaying people. I mean, Joaquin. So I would think he would have thugs at the very least doing shit for him.
Yeah, but guess what though? That's the difference between this. Like, the Snyder Cut Joker and Joaquin's Joker is different, because the Snyder Cut Joker, he's a master manipulator, and he also looks like a person who will actually get down, not fight Batman hand to hand, but he will know how to, like, move the pieces to get people to do shit that he wants them to do.
Yeah.
I couldn't get that from the Joaquin Joker at all.
No. And that's also could be just the fact that he was by himself, but there wasn't any.
Like, I feel that's what I'm saying. I think it's a little not a good comparison, because you have Jared's Joker, who's been Joker for however long, so he already knows what he's about. He already knows what he does. I feel like Joaquin's, he's at the start of his career, basically, of being this fucking maniac. So give him some time, and he may just surprise you with the shit he does. You never know. I don't know if we'll ever see a Joker.
I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe, but like with Joaquin's Joker, what I could see with him is just like, as you said, he's a master manipulator. But with like, let's say Heath Ledger's Joker, he's a Joker that kind of have that fear thing going on for him, where people actually fear him because they don't know what the hell he's gonna do next. Snyder's Joker, he has the both balance of fear and manipulation going on for him.
I feel like the Jared Joker, he's more like the gangster, like on the boots on the ground kind of guy. Cause like even when like as bad as Suicide Squad was, when he went to save Harley, he literally was there. Like he went to actually save her.
He didn't send goons to go and do that for him.
Yeah. So yeah. There's a lot of pieces there. Like I'm not, like I said, I thought the scene was great. You know.
Yeah, a lot of people were like saying like, oh, like his laugh. Like I get it, like his laugh.
That's the one thing that turned me off. I really didn't like his laugh, man. Like I mean,
let's face it. If we're gonna say who has the best Joker laugh, it's pretty much between what's his name,
Mark Hamill.
Huh? Mark Hamill and what's his name? Heath Ledger's Joker.
Also, honestly, too, you guys might have to go back and listen, but I actually really love Jack Nicholson's Joker too. I thought he had a great laugh, actually.
Jack Nicholson, like that. Yeah, it was good. It was like pretty much just like the animated series brought to live action. I could just never watch it because like
it's really old now. Like it's old.
It didn't age well. Certain characters didn't age well, not like in a political sense. It's just like the writing, and the same thing goes for like Christopher Reeve's Superman. That shit is goofy, and but
for sure.
That scene was really good. Like I liked how they put us in like in this first person kind of perspective where like Batman was like losing focus out of Joker, and then like the minute he mentioned like Robin, it like snapped back in. I was like, fuck. And I'm not sure if any of y'all noticed, but when Cyborg had that vision of killing the Justice League, that Joker card was ripped in half. So
but
he killed that.
He killed
that motherfucker.
It's funny. I believe Emergency Awesome was talking about it. Like, I didn't realize, like, all those different times they're showing you that nightmare parallel universe shit. Those are different from each other. They're not the same.
Yeah,
they're alternate ones from each other. Like they don't all go together. They're different ones that happen because maybe Batman sent Flash in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it caused something different to happen here. So it's kind of screwy. Actually, I didn't realize that.
That's Nightmare. Apparently, that's Nightmare Timeline 2. The one that happened in Batman v Superman. That was the original one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which is crazy.
Wow. Jeez, that is. Oh, man. Yeah. God bless Zack Snyder, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank goodness he was able to secure that shit. And speaking of security, y'all wait, what?
No, I was just saying if WB can capitalize on that momentum, but who knows? They're probably gonna do stupid.
I hope, because the Snyder Cut is AT&T's doing. They're the ones who pushed that out. So AT&T, keep doing what you're doing. I need more of that because we don't know what's gonna happen with like the Snyder universe. Everyone wants to see the Snyderverse come back. I want to see a Batman miniseries.
Yeah, like it just so feels so unfulfilled. Like you have all these plot points set up that technically aren't even canon because of the way the DCU is now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it kind of sucks not to see, and we haven't even gotten like Superman 2 or we're already doing the Superman reboot. It's just kind of, it's just a mess, man. They really need to like reassess what to do with that. Hopefully, they make the right choice. If not, I mean, we'll have to see what they do going forward. But
I just want Zack Snyder to be at the helm. Like I really want him kind of to be like the Kevin Feige of the DC, because he has his vision, he has his universe set up. Don't take these actors.
I'm not gonna lie, his universe always goes dark most of the time, though. So
I like it though. Honestly, there's the reason why, like I said, I prefer DC over Marvel, because like the MCU hardly takes chances like that. Like, when have you ever seen a team up movie where they all just take an L?
That's why one of the
honestly, I love both
superhero movie that's my favorite. It's like the
right?
Watchmen movie. I know all of you seen that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like that movie.
Honestly, like for me, I love both
I said like
DC
when I
and Marvel, man. Like Marvel has the more like you already know what you're going into a Marvel. That's why I just don't see the need to compare them because it's like you're not really going there for the gritty shit. You go to DC for that, most definitely, right? Because they're the more Marvel's the more happy-go-lucky shit. I mean, sometimes they get fucked up, but they always find a way to go back and rewrite the wrongs that happened. So
no one ever dies in the MCU. Yeah, I'll have two examples.
Yeah.
Rhodey should have been dead. That man went terminal velocity. He went terminal velocity in a metal suit, and the only thing that he got was just a leg brace,
which he doesn't even fucking need anymore because he just walks normally now. So.
Oh no, he still wears it. I'm not sure if you saw.
He still wears it.
I mean, it's underneath. There's lights underneath. Really good detail.
It's kind of like an exoskeleton of like an outer exoskeleton of his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he still wears it.
Yeah, but that and then like Vision came back. The only one honestly who never came back was probably Quicksilver.
Tony.
Black Widow.
Yeah, too. Tony and Quicksilver.
Yeah, Tony and
to be determined.
Black
to be determined because of the fact that I know they won't.
Say Natasha's Black Widow.
Yeah. So they don't really take chances like that. Like
they don't, but it is what it is. You kind of already know that. But my main thing with the MCU, which I hope they rectify, is like just killing villains that don't need to be killed. Like you killed Thanos, you killed Ultron. Now with the multiverse shit, they can potentially come back. You have different versions of them. But yeah, stop killing your villains, man, because that just it limits the story possibilities. You can use these guys in interesting ways. Like hearing how some of the comics go, it's like fuck. Like sometimes villains teeter the line. Maybe their interests align with the heroes, and you have to fucking team up to get some shit done. Like so.
I do hope they don't kill King the Conqueror. He's not honestly supposed to be killed. Like I really hope it's just ended with like, oh, you won, but just know I got my eye on you.
Yep.
That's it.
Exactly.
So. Oh gosh. Man.
Well, I guess in the realm of like, since we're doing movie, TV shit, we have this story here with like the Michael Keaton thing, where basically he's like assessing whether he's gonna reprise Batman or not for the Flash movie, and it's just like, but I thought it was confirmed at this point that he was. So like, kind of seeing this is like,
I mean, if you
can go ahead, Izzy.
No, I said like if you have veteran actors like that, they don't really want to get like fully commit to something until it's like for show. Because the Flash movie has been in the works for a while. So if you're gonna commit to something, you want to know it's already gonna start. And also, I mean, I can see the point he's making. With all the uncertain stuff going on right now, he doesn't want to just go in.
Particularly with COVID too, like that's one of the things
right.
he mentions. Well, so I could see that. I hope he does, because it would be great to have him come back and stuff. Like I just
think that it's
gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I really do want the movie to come out. I just think that having him say that is really discouraging, because if you keep doing this thing where like these actors aren't coming back and they're saying that, because at first Ben Affleck wasn't even going to come back. When they just announced that like Michael Keaton was coming back, I was like, God dang it. At first I was really hoping that Negan was going to get his chance to put on the suit, and that didn't happen. So I don't know.
I guess we'll see. I mean, hopefully everything shapes up, because honestly, Michael Keaton's, he's a great actor. Like when they had first done Spider-Man and they were going to do Vulture, I was like, Vulture is fucking lame, man. But he actually took that character and made him cool. Like I'll never forget that scene.
No, Michael Keaton is a great actor, bro.
He really is.
He's a great actor. He can do like almost any character if he actually like have a passion for that character.
For sure. Because, like, that scene always sticks out to me that I was thinking about in the first Spider-Man where he's, like, they're in that car. And he, like, just threatened him. Like, nigga, I will kill you. I'll kill your family. I'll kill everyone you care about. Now go entertain my daughter. Leave me alone. I was like, oh, shit. You know? I was just like, man, like, you know, this man does not play. Don't play at all.
I mean... Technically, Spider-Man was messing with his well-being, you know?
He was.
And, like, his vulture character, I totally understand his vulture character from that movie's standpoint, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's a working man. But, like, a small business owner who's getting trampled over by a corporation over and over, there's just so many times you could just have that happen to you till you just say, screw it, you know? And try to do things the best way you can for your employees. And I totally understand his character from that point of view.
Mm-hmm.
From that said,
Oh man, good shit though. With what am I even saying? Good shit with the Michael Keaton and Spider-Man Vulture though.
Mm-hmm.
I guess since we're what were you gonna say?
Oh no, you can go ahead. It's cool.
Real quick before we get into Marvel, Suicide Squad trailer came out.
Yes.
Y'all see that?
Yeah, we did. Both of us, and that shit looks awesome.
Awesome. I can't wait for that. I know John Cena. I know a lot of these like wrestlers are starting to go into acting.
Yeah, of course, man.
John Cena does a pretty good job. Dope. Yeah, like I could tell he's kind of like he has a thing where he's like he's not really like an experienced actor, but he can still be entertaining and like deliver his lines. It's just like he doesn't really have to try because like his character isn't like really built for that. I love it. I think my favorite scene in the trailer was when like they're interrogating the guy and like Harley Quinn was like, "Yeah, if you got a personal license plate, you die. If you call up
was a thinker, by the way." So you know.
Wait, what?
That guy they were interrogating was apparently the thinker. So you know.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
I can already tell like the entire A-team that this show at the beginning, all of them are gonna die.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
The entire A-team.
It kind of sucks because I know Pete Davidson is gonna be really funny, and he's gonna die. And he's probably gonna laugh and just be like, "Well, time to say hi to Ariana Grande."
It's pretty much like the Deadpool red herring when you thought Deadpool was gonna have an entire team with him, and as soon all of them jump out of the plane, they're pretty much just end up all dead.
So I
think that's pretty much what's gonna be happening to that team.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It could make for some great comedy because I'm sure because shit in the first one, even as bad as the first Suicide Squad movie was, they did have some funny moments like when the fucking rope dude really thought he was gonna somehow get away and Amanda Waller was like, "Yeah, goodbye." And his head just exploded. Like I'm sure there's gonna be some shit like that. There's plenty of shit.
I mean, man, that's what Suicide Squad is for. Like the name of the squad is in the movie. Like it's just gonna have a lot of dead characters. Even in every animated motion picture that they ever made, it's always the same thing. You see all these lovable characters keep getting their head popped like a bunch of cherries. It's just funny.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I mean, honestly, if there's one thing James Gunn is good at is making an ensemble of random characters match up well with each other. So
seriously, because Guardians of the Galaxy, like I remember when that was first coming out, I was like, "Who the fuck are these guys?" Like I don't care. And then here I am, like I was like, "Damn, these characters are actually cool." And he takes like these D-list characters that no one cares about and makes them fucking cool. So yeah. I'm excited for it.
Whenever that comes out, I
August
hope that
4th.
It's like an HBO.
August 4th.
I wonder if that's going to be an HBO Max.
It is.
Is that?
Yep.
Okay, good. Good.
Yes, sir. So that'll be
great. Yeah, every movie that's coming out this year for WB is going to be on HBO Max. Next year, it may be different.
Yeah, next year I can deal with that because, I mean, hopefully everything will be done. I'm just saying, like, they gotta put this stuff on their streaming platforms, which will lead me to my next topic. Black Widow has finally been confirmed to be a Disney Plus and a theater release.
Thank
Yeah,
fucking
with a
God.
fee though. With a fee.
Yeah, there is gonna be a fee.
Don't
though.
forget the fee.
Honestly, I don't care. I would
Yeah.
pay for it because I want to see the movies. That's another thing that's supposed to be build up right there.
Yeah.
No one, including the cast of the Avengers, have seen the movie, and for some strange reason, Disney is just like, we're not gonna release it. We're gonna do it in theaters. Like the idea that they were gonna release it in theaters during the summertime, not a smart idea because I'm pretty sure they knew they were gonna lose a lot of money because only 25% capacity for theaters. Select theaters, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
So it made so much more sense to release it on Disney Plus with the fee.
Yeah, because I definitely dude, you've pushed this movie back for I don't even know how long, like 5 times, 7 times already. Who knows? I just want to see the movie and get it over with already. They did push it back. It's coming out July 9th now, which whatever. Shang-Chi's coming out in September. But that is staying a traditional theater release, which is like okay, whatever. But yeah, I'm just finally happy, man. I can't wait to see Black Widow. So we hopefully to see what they set up in there. Maybe we'll see some Thunderbolts shit.
Thank you.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that covers the movie thing.
We have the Falcon and Winter Soldier and all that stuff too.
Oh yeah, I was gonna put that like what we're watching, but yeah, we can go ahead and do that. So yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier came out, 2 episodes so far. Honestly, I prefer it a lot more than WandaVision, to be honest, because WandaVision, the premiere was very, very slow, and
slow burn.
It honestly felt like a tease every single time, which I like that to a certain extent, as long as I know that I'm going to be satisfied on the next episode. But WandaVision just kind of did that thing where they like basically like tease what could have been going on, and then just been like, oh nope, hello dear, like. No, I prefer the straightforwardness with this right here. Like it's basically like 50 minutes each. You get like this good cop bad cop sort of dynamic going on between Bucky and Sam Wilson, which gotta say, like, those guys are assholes in their own respective rights, but they work really well.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely like you were saying, WandaVision was more teasy, mind fuckery stuff going on, and I still enjoyed it for what it was, even though we didn't exactly get all the things we were hoping. But yeah, with Falcon and Winter Soldier, this is basically like your standard MCU affair. Like, but I do want to preference by saying it is cool to see kind of like, you know, not just surface level shit. You have things like Falcon trying to help his sister get a loan, and you have an asshole over here at the bank like, well, I mean, dude, you don't have any income for the last 5 years. Like, yeah, I was snapped away. So how was I supposed to have money? You're like, oh, well, sorry, still can't approve your loan, man. Bye. It's like, yeah, that I can definitely see some shit like that happening for sure.
It's really weird because it always brings me back to like Spider-Man, how they just kind of treated the blip as a joke, but like between each like show, they take it more serious and like, yeah, you can't get this.
But
you haven't worked for 5 years.
That's the thing, though. Thanks, Tony, for leaving a kid all that money and just straight up just screw that all your entire team and just don't leave them nothing because they were on the wrong side.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Like a whole bunch of money for Peter over here, but not anything for Bucky and Falcon. But I guess because they were on the wrong side, so they don't get a piece of the cash.
Yeah, because like that was a funny part with that dude. He's just like, yeah, you guys don't get like paid or anything. He's like, no, we don't. Like, like being a superhero, that shit is for free, my boy.
We just do this job and put on the planet. You
basically just lived in Tony's like warehouse and just didn't have to worry about like the electricity bill or like food or anything like that. But
right.
Oh man, what do you guys think about that new Captain America though?
Yeah, that guy is.
Like I said, I still haven't started it. I'm trying to binge watch all the episodes. I'm not gonna start it, so I don't really know much about him.
You won't have to wait too long because it's only 6 episodes. But for me, yeah, dude, he's a douchebag, man. He's a douche, and you could just tell like he's trying his best to be his own Captain America, but it's just like your best. Is it gonna be really good by the end? Probably not. The fact that this man's first, granted, he doesn't have the super soldier serum yet, because we know that the what's their group called, the Flag Smashers. We know that they all have like some sort of diluted super soldier serum, so maybe he's gonna end up getting it too because he can't go toe to toe with these guys. But you could tell that he sort of has this kind of chip on his shoulder, and also his first reaction while they're fighting is to just shoot people. Like, this dude just takes out a gun and just like, bro, Captain America don't do that. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Again, he doesn't have the super soldier serum.
Like during the World War II setting, he used to.
Yeah, no, I remember he put.
He would
kick that door open. Bro. He just pulled out that German gun and just started popping.
Yeah,
that was different. That's during the war, man. Like, come on. Like,
there's always a war going on, man.
This,
war is hell.
This is like these are like people that you don't just pop them in their head. Like, come on, man. Like, Captain
I'm
America
not gonna lie.
Do that. Especially because we don't know like who's behind. Because it seems like this group is being manipulated somehow. We don't know how yet, but their intentions don't seem malicious. They're basically taking stuff from, like, they're like Robin Hoods basically. They take shit from the rich and give it to the poor, like people who actually need it. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah, but I mean, of course, the characters don't know that though. So I understand, and see, that's the thing. That's what I love hearing people talk about, is because like he's gonna be compared to real life people. Like, people are gonna compare him to Chris Evans, Captain America, and he's being compared in the actual show. This man can't catch a break.
No, you can't. You really can't.
Because the first time he got announced that he was Captain America, like, everyone universally said, "Yeah, fuck this guy." Like, it was hilarious. Like, yeah, no, he's new at this. He doesn't have the super soldier serum. I understand why he has to use a gun. Mind you, by the way, those people with the serum, they ain't invincible. That man got Swiss cheesed at the end of the second episode.
It's because they have this diluted whatever form of that super soldier serum. I don't think it's.
Did they say it was diluted? Because I mean,
it has to be. It has to
be.
Because
Steve isn't bulletproof. He can get shot.
No, he's not. But I don't think they're as strong as, say, Bucky or Steve. I think
they are.
They're strong, but I don't think, because look, for Bucky they had like 3 of them piling on him just to keep him like steady. So I feel like if it was
they're not experienced fighters though. That's why Bucky seems to have the edge, because he's been alive for 100 years. Those people are like, well, actually we wouldn't really know, but like they don't seem to be experienced fighters.
I mean, the whole thing is like, because they keep referencing a guy named the Power Broker or something like that, and apparently he's a guy in the comics who can like give you powers, but they're not like that great. Like, they're just baseline shit, like super speed, super strength, shit like that. So
that leads me to believe then.
Yeah,
we
don't know who it is. We don't know if it's Zemo maybe somehow, even though
I thought it was Zemo.
Or if
I forgot he was in prison.
Yeah, exactly. Or if is it Thunderbolt Ross just doing like some sort of shady shit? Like, let me see if I give these fucking kids some shit, how this will measure up. But you know.
Yeah, no, as you should have seen, there's a point in time where like they're about to like load up on a plane. I think it was a plane, but this one like ginger-headed, was she ginger? She's like ginger and half black.
Like
she was
Carly.
But she got this text. And this person was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill you. Like, I'm gonna kill you and your friends." And that made me think, okay, that's Zemo, because he found out that there's more super soldiers out there, because he don't like them. No. He's like the.
He really don't like any supers at all.
He hates superheroes.
Yeah, so I don't know, but what you said,
it doesn't matter whether you're a hero or villain. He just hates supers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what you said though with the diluted super soldier serum, God, fucking alliteration. They debuted Isaiah Bradley's character, which people were talking about that, but I was like, yeah, I would be really cool, because how they did it which I kind of wish they just flat out mentioned that he was a part of the Tuskegee experiments, because that's essentially his backstory. They just didn't outright say it. So if anyone who doesn't know Isaiah Bradley, yeah, he was also after Captain America went on ice, they tried to do the whole thing all over again. I think his was temporary because he did age. And I think it might have been that diluted super soldier serum. But what happened was he got it, kicked Bucky's ass. I guess he ripped his arm off too. That's what he said. And then they threw him in jail because he was black.
Yep.
What?
Yep. Yeah, dude. He was in jail for 30 years, and they were doing experiments on him at that too. It's fucked up. Yep.
Like the U.S. government and Hydra too. So, and the crazy thing was, like, Bucky knew, but I understand his motivations because he didn't want to tell Steve. But like at the time, Sam was upset because he was like, you mean to tell me that there was a veteran? Because that's what Sam does. He takes care of veterans when they leave the military.
Right.
That was his
veterans and stuff.
Yeah, especially he was black too, because like that was like that's someone he can understand, because he said this one line, I forgot. He was like, you think you could just wake up one day and choose to be a different person? Like, maybe it can happen for some people, but not for us.
Yeah.
Sam was like, no cap.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Izzy, there's this situation that happens too, like around that same scene actually, where Bucky and Sam are arguing about that. Like, why didn't you tell us that there was another super soldier that, was just out here? And the fucking police cars come up and just are like, "Oh, sir, is this man bothering you?" And then Bucky's just like,
"Wait, what?"
Yeah, dude, yeah. I'm not joking. Yeah. He said, "Is this?" Yeah, they really did that. And then he was just like, Bucky's like, "What do you know who this guy is?" And then there's like, "Oh, you're Falcon. Oh, we're so sorry. Oh my God. Wow."
So if he was a Falcon,
you already know what's gonna happen. They were gonna arrest him. Yep.
Yeah, and no, mind you, they said they're pretty much like, "Oh shit, you're Falcon. I'm gonna go run your checks anyways. I'm gonna go run them," because basically he went to go check all of them anyways, and Bucky had a warrant for his arrest. But I knew he was trying to check to see if Sam was still wanted, because both of them were criminals in their own rights. So it was just fucked all over around, and I could see why Sam doesn't want to be Captain America. It's one of the plot points to Sam's struggle in this show, is that, like, hey, is the world ready for a black Captain America? It happened in the comics. People had an uproar about it, and I know, like, we have our own thing about tokenism and stuff like that, but
but I mean, I feel like in this case it was just like, I don't know, it was just done a lot more organically here, and it's like you're seeing the character like struggle like with even wanting to do it, like, because it's just like you're gonna be in Steve's shadow and you don't really know if you can kind of really live up to that, so it's a lot, So yeah, it's cool though. I'm enjoying the show for sure. It's good.
Yeah, I do hope. I don't have any speculation, because it's just like there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I can tell there's gonna be a lot more surprises than probably WandaVision. I know for a fact they are teeing up for a Young Avengers.
Definitely.
They had mentioned Isaiah Bradley. There's Eli Bradley right next to him.
Yep. It definitely. As soon as I saw him, I was like, "Yep, Young Avengers. They're definitely doing it. They're definitely gonna do it."
Yeah.
So that's gonna be super, super dope. What was I gonna say? Something. I guess. Oh, also too, like, in terms of like looking towards the future. I mean, I guess obviously maybe by the end of this show we could see some sort of maybe Thunderbolt Ross is like, let's go ahead and just start up Weapons Plus again, or some shit like that. Who knows? That's about as far as I could see by the end of this. Like, he's just like, yeah, those guys, we saw the Flag Smashers, they're diluted. Shit, they were pretty powerful. We can probably make some good people over here. Let's go ahead and get this shit going. And eventually that'll lead to like Wolverine, but that'll be way later down the line. So,
yeah. Don't rush that.
Yeah.
Like, just have some slight teases and just take it easy, because
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely don't rush it. Want that shit to be special. But I
They just shouldn't go and start teasing too many shit and not capitalize on it,
Oh
because
yeah,
it
yeah,
gets stupid when they tease way too many stuff and never come back to it.
yeah, for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
It's not good. Are we ready to move on to games?
We have this right here in terms of HBO with The Last of Us.
I consider that a game. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that works perfectly.
Okay. All right, bet.
So, yeah, Izzy, do you know about The Last of Us being adapted as the first game, the first season, right?
Yes, on the HBO thing, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
so they said that there was gonna be like the first game was gonna be the first season, but there was gonna be differences. Whether it was minor differences or major differences, it was not specified. It just said differences.
Yeah.
So, you guys go ahead and say what you think might happen because I don't know. I don't know Last of Us. Judging by your guys' disdain for it,
I don't want to say disdain Last of Us.
That's mainly
I just
me,
don't care really much about the story anyway, but
Yeah.
Sam really likes the story.
let me correct that then. Talk about your guys' indifference to this potentially horrible franchise.
So here's what the article says. It says adapts the first game but will deviate greatly in some episodes. So I take that and I listen. I was just thinking that you can flesh out more stories around who started the Fireflies, how do they operate, things like on the kind of the ship stains of humanity, the hunters, those guys, things like that. Like you had brought up how they could potentially, and I mean Gomdo brought up how potentially they could try to shift Joel's character and make him even shittier. Which, listen, I don't know how much shittier you can get than, because there's things we didn't even know about Joel from the first game. It's shit, even the second one before he got golf clubbed by a WWE woman. But it's just like when you say you're gonna deviate, I just hope in terms of fleshing out the world, like world building, like things we don't know about, stuff like that. If that's what you're gonna do, I'm fine with that. Because I really enjoyed the first game. It was like such a great experience, and I loved it. So that's all I have to say about that.
Well, for me, when they say they're gonna do that, what I'm thinking is like everybody's gonna have like a better backstory, and they're trying to gonna make stuff not so predictable and go like beat for beat with what was in the game,
Right.
and just like let's say for like the flashback scene where like in the game it automatically started when like the entire outbreak got to this like the heightened level where everything just went to shit and his daughter died immediately.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm thinking is before they even get to that part, they're just gonna show him a backstory of how he was like a working man or like probably everyday Joe, pun intended, to like how he take care of his family and all those stuff. Then they're gonna just go to where shit goes to shit,
Mm-hmm.
and start showing you like how he went from being that everyday Joe to like the hardcore lunatic he became in the game, who doesn't take any mess for anybody who messes with his family.
Right. Yeah.
Or anybody he consider his family.
That would be cool, actually. I wouldn't mind that. Just sort of like a pre-outbreak, like how things were, and
right.
then, to see the growth or the regression, I guess I should say, of characters. So
yeah, from being a civilized person to going to a hardcore person who pretty much like would kill anybody who messes with his family.
Yeah. I think it could be cool.
Yeah. Speaking as someone who honestly will never play the game and has never really been interested, I told Kai Bean what I thought could happen, what I think they're gonna try to do, and if I'm actually right, all y'all owe me $100. But what I think they're gonna do is they're gonna make Joe a shitty character. They're probably going to do this thing where somehow Ellie has like a sibling, or maybe her mom, her biological mom is one of the scientists. Joe's gonna kill her. She'll find out and justify why Joel is a terrible character to kill later on. I also think what they're going to do is they're going to do the first 2 seasons, and they're going to base the third game after that show. I'm pretty sure they're going to do that.
I mean, it could be.
I think they're gonna do like the season 1 partially about the about Joel and Ellie's story, and season 2 is gonna shift from Joel and Ellie's story and it's gonna tell the story from what's her name point of view.
Abby.
Like half of the season 2 is gonna be from Abby's point of view and how her dad and all that shit happened. Then it's gonna finally, like by the end of like middle half of season 2, it's probably gonna have like that wars interact.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, if they did that, then that would make the story significantly better.
Exactly.
Because then you have proper pacing.
Exactly. Like, that's what I was telling Gomdo off air.
If I was having to write that story or giving the input, that's how I would do it.
Yeah, because it was a fucking sequencing issue. Like, you had these things so out of place. Like, first you're showing me Joel die from this person I don't care about, and now you're trying to do the legwork for me to start caring about them after you already showed me that. Why would I give a fuck about them? You need to do it right.
HBO is really good on HBO is really good at giving backstory and things like that. So I wouldn't put it past them to like actually have the time to like flush out some of those characters.
Exactly.
Especially if they're gonna be a main character. They have to actually have like a backstory to have people like root for them. Because, like, I always take this back to Game of Thrones. Not every character, like, development pay off, but every character definitely have that moment to have a episode dedicated to them. And, yeah, so I think they may do that. But we'll see.
I'm only hesitant because of the fact that Neil Druckmann is going to be the say-so person for this project.
Oh, like the producer slash
because he's
a director.
He's a part.
Yeah, because he has to say so.
He's not gonna be the head writer or anything of that sort, is he?
No, but I'm honestly seeing this like a Joss Whedon thing where the writers will have something and he'll be like, they'll have it to where it would make sense and he'd be like, get that shit out of here. I want this shit to look ridiculous.
Well, I mean, as long as he's just a producer and like a consultant, I don't think he should interfere too much, but that is just me with my wishful thinking, but shit never go as anybody ever predicts anyway, so well, we'll see once it comes out.
Yeah. It'll be interesting for sure.
Well, if it is good, we're gonna praise it. If it is bad, we're just gonna talk shit about it. So either way.
Yeah, no, it's
still gonna create an interesting conversation.
It's truly, I agree. So, yeah, Gom, I see you have on the topics here the Apex Legends on Switch. I mean, I haven't really tried it, but I'm sure you have.
Oh my god, don't get me started on that shit, man.
Yeah.
You played it too?
Awful.
Oh my god.
I didn't play it, but I saw videos of it, and dude, that is awful, bro. Like, the draw distance in that game is, like, it hurts my eye looking at it.
It is the worst. Okay, so to provide context, we all play Apex Legends, and recently, because I got my little sister a Switch Lite, and, when they announced Apex was going to be a Switch release, I was like, cool, we have something that we can, like, bond over, and I had her download Apex Legends. And when I was trying to teach her all these things, I was like, okay, like, she doesn't usually play games like that, especially shooters. So there's going to be like kind of a steep learning curve going on. And as time went on, we would actually go to real matches and stuff. And I'm like, hey, look over here. Like, you gotta kind of keep up. She couldn't find out where I was at. Like, the screen was too damn small to see on the mini map. It was honestly the worst. And so I was like, you know what? I was like, let me see if there's like anything wrong. Like, let me play, and then you play on my PlayStation. Boy, oh boy, that is honestly the worst. Like Izzy said, the draw distance is garbage. The frames are between 10 to 15. Like, I'm shooting at someone, and I swear to God, they are the Flash.
Register.
Yeah, no. I remember I shot at someone, And by the time I even finished my clip, he teleported behind me and he fucked me up. And I was like, you know what? You can't play this game because it's not optimized. I don't know why in the world do they do this thing where it's like you can't actually play the game properly. The one of the disadvantages to playing on a Switch is that, or a Lite on the handheld, when you're using the analog stick, you're always running. And anyone who's not a veteran to the game, if you have sprint always on, it takes time away from you to actually pull your gun out. So, really messes it up there, man. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I just looked at some gameplay.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's not good.
Wow.
It almost kind of made me think
the
like,
problem is also they didn't build the Switch port from the ground up. They just straight up port what the PC/console version is to the Switch, which is what was even making it even more terrible.
It's like they took a Fanta, like pretty much froze it, squeezed it, if that was possible, and put it in like a LaCroix can or something. Like that's literally what it was. It's like they took orange and they farted it into a can, because it just seems like a half-baked game, like not even half, like a quarter.
Yeah,
it's
like,
the worst.
That shit looks this looks hard to look at.
That's why I don't
ugly.
like straight up ports, man, because it just doesn't work well if you're porting stuff from underdeserved, like underpowered console, and you're not building it from the ground up for that console.
Exactly.
We've seen so many mistakes like that, and recently obviously Cyberpunk is the biggest example of that recently.
Yeah. It's just it's not good. Like I had to have my sister delete that, and I was like, hey, look, maybe like if you wanted an actual Switch, like a regular version, I can get you that somewhere down the line if you actually want to play the game. But if not, like, I was like, don't even worry about it. Like, there are other games to play. Like, it's just the worst. Killed the bonding experience.
Yeah, I could tell, because like the Switch really have beautiful games, dude. If you build it from the ground up for the Switch. Yeah. Mario and like Super Mario and all those games, they're always vibrant and really shiny because it's built up completely from the ground up for the Switch. You cannot just port a game like Apex to the Switch without having to like redesign everything for the Switch, you know? It's not going to come out well.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe, I don't know, they'll try to somehow do that. I don't know what their plans are, but yeah.
Well, I mean, they are releasing the Switch Pro soon enough, so who knows? Maybe it'll look better on there. I don't know. I'm not gonna hold my breath though.
Yeah, and that depends though too, if they're actually gonna, because they said that the Switch Pro is gonna have select games that they'll like upgrade it. So I don't know if Apex will be a part of that lineup, but yeah, it's.
I actually heard some stuff for Apex actually that they are working on cross progression finally. So. That's good.
Oh, thank God. I mean, that's good, but I'm still not playing on PC because I'm not trying to get like wall run shot in the face. So,
yeah.
And PC, just finishing up my review. Like, I have this other review for the Heat Shield event. I hated that event. Oh my God, whose idea was it to give the Heat Shield sound effects? Because everyone, and I mean every pro Apex player on YouTube was complaining about this. There's this one chick, I don't know her name because she's not that important to me, but like she was like, this thing is deafening, which it was. I remember I had to like, I usually play the game with like the game chat and the game and then the party chat when I'm playing with these guys, and half of my head is just numb. Like it's completely deaf because we were playing. I'm hearing. And I'm thinking,
I didn't
okay,
like that either.
No,
it's stupid. It's so dumb.
I mean, yeah, and you remember what we were telling you, where they just need to make the footstep of your teammates completely not make any sound effect, because that confuses you too. So with that incorporation, with all that voop voop voop, yeah, it really is stupid, because like if you're playing that shit, like I was having it on my surround sound and I didn't like it at all, so I had to turn that shit down.
Yeah, you think it's like a tornado warning or something.
And I gotta say that game mode they forced us to play it. Honestly, in the beginning it sounded cool and it was cool, but it was not.
Yeah, I literally started taking a break and I went back to GTA Online because of the fact that like seriously, no, it's just I had to take a break because for one the shield thing when it went to level 2, man. And that thing expanded the size of like...
Yeah, it was just... It takes up half the map, dude.
Yeah,
and
it was ridiculous.
Not only that, you have the outside ring also coming in, too. So you're pretty much, like, if you get stuck between where you have to go around, like, the mountain area, and you don't have a jump tower, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, you're taking double the damage for both
And a lot of times a lot of the times we lost games because of the fact that, like, when we had to go somewhere... The ring that we're supposed to go to was blocked by the heat ring, and we're just like, you gotta be kidding me. And then, to make matters worse, you would think, okay, like you receive damage from the ring, and then the heat shield just carries on the same damage. Nope, multiplies. It's like a Super Saiyan power. The shit multiplied by 50, and your health is just going bye-bye. You're like dissipating, and it's just like, man, this is not eventful at all. I hate Maggie. Like.
Yeah,
I don't think I ever hated a fictional character before in my life, but I hate her.
Yeah, her
she's
voice.
She's 3D, and I hate her soul.
Her voice is so annoying, man. Like it was just not.
It's
just not it. Well, and I have some more bad news for you guys though too. With
Jesus.
the War Games event, yeah, she's coming back, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna be announcer again. So, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I mean, the good thing is we'll have a whole bunch of different game modes and stuff to play. So they're going to be doing that thing where it's like a game mode every 2 days. So there'll be a lot better ones during that shit anyway.
That, in my opinion, was the best game mode they ever had, where they just kept rotating it every time. It was just fun.
I really feel like they should
fresh.
Try to incorporate put all fucking maps in rotation for one. Why you only do 2 maps a season is ridiculous. It's just dumb. But also, maybe try to start making these limited time modes, like put them in as like permanent modes, man. Like some of the cooler ones, I mean. Like, so if you want to take a break from just playing regular shoot 'em, you can go ahead and like, oh, let's go play the decoy one where everyone's a decoy. That one was pretty fun. You know, it's like everyone's just a random mannequin running around. That shit was funny. But you should try to implement
I didn't play that.
You didn't play that one? Yeah, like basically instead of like legends, you had like different color mannequins, and they all had like different abilities, but their abilities were like pretty much dumb. Like you could like spawn ammo or like spawn weapons, and then like one of them had like the Mirage Ultimate where they could make like clones or something like that. It was just different. But yeah, some of the cooler ones, like I really wish I was able to play, because I had skipped it on the October event. Like it was called Shadow Realm Royale. That shit sounded cool, man. Like, for one, when you died, you turn into a shadow, and you could, like, wall run and shit, and your objective is to, like, get everyone
That one
else.
I actually played, yeah.
Yeah, like, that shit sounded cool. So if you added
that
stuff
was the
like
Halloween
that...
event.
Yeah, if you added stuff like that in, like, as a permanent mode, like, that shit could be cool, man. Like, I don't know why they don't do that, but... whatever, I guess. I mean, I think the next thing that they're going to be doing before the War Games event, everyone's saying, like, all the data miners, is that Chinese... what's that? Aftermarket event or something like that, where it's gonna be like Chinatown or something like that, and there's gonna be like special skins and whatnot. So yeah, that'll be cool, and then we'll get the War Games stuff, and it should be fun.
I mean, I am looking forward to the arena or the War Games just because of the fact that there's a lot of the skins that. Well, they're during the times when we took a break, because a lot of the season 3 skins that they had during certain events with Pathfinder, for example, was just really good.
Oh, yeah, I meant to tell you, there's going to be a bundle, which is good for you. For that Pathfinder skin, you get the white one and the new one, by the way. I meant to tell you that.
I gotta get it. God dang it.
And I'm going to get the one for Wraith, where it's the original skin, her Viking one, and then it's the recolor.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to get that, because that skin looks awesome.
Gosh, man, yeah. Is there anything else we're playing as far as game-wise? I know you're playing Final Fantasy VII. Were you able to finish that, or
yeah?
What do you have?
I think I'm getting close to the end. I've enjoyed playing it, but yeah, I'm trying to like savor the last bit of it because I haven't really been playing it all that often. I've just been playing Apex, but yeah, I've been enjoying my time with it. I think I'm nearing the end of it, and I can't wait for part 2 whenever that'll come out. Who knows? But,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
Also
playing
Remnant.
Remnant from Ash, but I got stuck on the bus. And the bus is just really annoying, so it just pissed me off. I'm like, well, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I haven't played that
I'm
in
feeling
a
the
while
mood,
actually. Since we
Yeah.
played.
Yeah, of course, I already mentioned before, but I got back into GTA Online. Me and my friend have both played it or been playing it because there's all these heists that you can do, and what kind of steered me away from it was before you had to have 4 people to play. Honestly, that makes sense because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't tell you guys this at all, but like when we were playing yesterday, why the fuck are there bullet sponges in this game? It doesn't make any sense at all. It
Are you
inhibits
talking
me
about
from actually playing
the
the
armor
game.
dudes?
No, they're not even armored. They're not even armored. This is the most ridiculous thing. We had to do this mission, right? Where we were trying to get this thing called an Avenger, which was just basically like a plane and a helicopter mixed together. And we got into the hangar. Next thing you know, lights out. And there was they didn't say like what button to press to turn on. Actually, no, you couldn't. It took like 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds before you could actually turn on your night vision. You're getting shot at. And there was a time where I was shooting a guy like a whole clip, mind you, with an assault rifle. He fell down, but he didn't die because I'm not. You guys remember, but like when you kill someone, there's like an X that appears. This guy was just chilling, just literally pumping lead into his stomach, and it took a whole clip and then some to actually kill him. Meanwhile, I get shot in the face with 1 bullet, and I'm done. We were losing so much body armor and stuff. I was like, yo, this is, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, when you were playing it, I wanted to get back into GTA, but honestly, I think I'll wait until I get because I have it on Steam, I think, but if I'm gonna play it, I'm just gonna wait.
No, you guys should definitely get into it because we need 2 more people. This shit is ridiculous, man. Like it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. I love running into other players and honking my jazz horn and doing all that stuff, but. Give me 1 quick second because I know someone's at my door. But
Okay.
you should talk about the Derek Jackson thing.
Oh yeah. So, everyone should know about this at this point. So, we have this fucking guy on YouTube who basically made his career like simping for fucking females, like the whole female empowerment shit and the woman's always right type of guy. Come to find out, this motherfucker, the very guy who, like, oh yeah, never cheat on your queen, never do this, and that. This fucking guy, apparently this man has been married for like 10 years or something. So he's probably been doing it for a while, but he was cheating on his wife. And what made this just so hilarious is the fact that this man makes a video with his wife and proceeds to, for one, hold her hand very tightly for the duration of the video, and proceeds to talk about this situation in third person, taking no accountability at all. And it's just, it was just not. It like
The most laughable apology video ever, where there's no apology actually given.
Yeah, because you can just clearly tell this guy's a narcissist, and he just don't care. Like, he really don't. And he just, for some reason, started, like, putting God into it and stuff. I'm just like, bro, like, take
The
accountability.
guy blamed Jesus for him cheating. I don't know how that came up, but hey.
Yeah, it's just...
That's the first that ever happened. Usually it's the opposite way around, where a person said they found Jesus and become a better person. That guy said he found Jesus and he became a terrible person.
It's just, and apparently too, I was told that this guy for some reason, after he posted that video with his wife talking about that, he posted a reaction video of him reacting to his own video.
What? Of him?
Yeah. Of him reacting to his own video as if the person that's in that video is not him. Yeah.
You gotta be fucking shitting me.
No.
This guy's got some balls, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he apparently he deleted it because people were like, "Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, that guy is just a nutcase, dude. Nutcase."
That is some balls in that guy.
Seriously, I was just like, "What the hell? Like, what?" And this,
I mean, the third person freaking apology that just had me dying laughing because I've never seen anything like that before. That guy has some yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just like it's a way for you to like reflect and just like yeah, you know, Derek Jackson,
like,
he definitely cheated. It's like, bro, like what are you? That's you. Stop saying Derek Jackson.
Let me tell you this shit, bro. I was listening to this shit in my car while I was driving, bro. So like, it pretty much sounded like he was talking about somebody completely different until you sent me the video, and I saw this happening. I'm like, wait, what? This guy was talking about himself? I thought he was talking about somebody completely different. No, this guy was talking about himself, bro, and he was acting like it wasn't him who did the actual deed, bro. He was like, yeah. So as you can see, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, Izzy. I saw like a couple of his videos. You're right. Honestly, whoever's listening to this, I don't know what state he's in, but check on his wife.
Check on his wife, bro, because that I don't know, like she seems like she's been hit by this man.
Yeah, like she definitely, like, maybe he groomed her or something, but I know my mom was telling me that apparently sometime later she also did a live, like basically like speaking about God and like why she stayed or why she's going to continue to stay. Like her hat is like, or her robes are like holy robes or some shit like that. I was just like, what is going on, man?
Yeah,
like,
if she's some smart person, man, she's gonna hire a great attorney and just take all this man money. That's what I say.
Nope. This is the one time where I actually endorse take half of the shit this nigga got. Fuck him.
I endorse that shit. Yeah. Take all his money. He's a dick. Take his money.
He definitely needs to someone needs to like literally check on him, because I looked on Instagram, don't know his wife's name. He turned off all his comments and that stuff. That's God. Yeah. I can't tell you how,
like I said, man, like
worrying that is.
Yeah.
It is, because like somebody like him who like gained few and shit from public opinion, and right now the public is not on his side. They don't know how to take criticism, man. No. These are kind of people who would like hurt their family, then hurt themselves. So like, somebody need to check on that lady, bro.
Yeah, seriously, do, because I can literally see it. Like the stuff that he was talking about when he was like, he said some things where he was like, a man's gonna manipulate you, he's gonna beat you up. I said, oh God.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, come on, man.
Full blown just simp shit, and then here you are exposed.
Yeah, he is the ultimate Tyler Perry villain, but honestly, no. Separate them, yes, please, love of God, separate them.
So I actually have a topic.
I mean, like I said, if she's a smart person, she just take all this man money, bro. Pretty much, hire a great lawyer, a great divorce attorney. Trust me, there's no judge you're gonna go in front. They're not gonna like side with you on that.
Yeah.
So she can pretty much get all that cash and just go and live her best life without that man in it. Hire a great divorce attorney. After you get all his money, get a freaking restraining order against that lunatic.
Yeah, absolutely,
definitely. So I have this topic that kind of relates to a little bit, because like. So, I only bring this topic up because there's just the broader scope of it. So, no one cares about celebrity relationships or anything, right? But Quavo of the Migos,
I don't give
Quavo's of the Migos and his fucking chick over here, Sweetie, they had broken up. And the reason I bring this shit up is because I don't get why, more specifically the women, why you get with this guy who's in his prime, like he's, for one, our age still too, so he's young as fuck, and for some reason you think that he's not gonna cheat or live his best life, and on the guy's behalf, why you even get with the chick in the first place knowing that you're gonna want to live the bachelor lifestyle? It's like everything for that age group usually is just more of like a clout status symbol thing, like, oh look, you know, I'm with Cardi, so I'm that nigga, or oh look, I'm with Sweetie, so I'm that dude. You know, it's just like I don't get it. I don't. But,
Yeah.
Wait, so the mentality of them going to that relationship, they didn't know what both of them were all about. If they're going to that kind of relationship,
it basically boils down to, that's what it seems like. It's because, like, you take a look, and it's just funny in terms of the Migos stuff, because Cardi is still with Offset, who's also part of the Migos, and it's just like they have the same issues where basically both of these niggas are just running around dicking everything while they're still with their chicks, and it's just like, you know, it's just like, are you really that surprised? Like, he's doing that?
I mean,
are you? Because
story like these, I'm never really surprised about it, because like they have that public lifestyle where they're gonna have a lot of groupies, and of course groupies always, or should I say, like, even though females will come that way and act like they're not technically a groupie, they're trying to get about it. Yeah.
And
so,
I have to say, no man is gonna, your percentage of saying no 100% of the time, nah, that's not happening. There's gonna be at some point where you're just gonna be like, you know what, fuck it, I can get away with it. I'm just, you know, it's just, I don't get it. I feel like people our age, like, bruh, just get out there, just do your shit, and then when you're ready to settle down,
if you're not gonna write some kind of contractor agreement where he's like, yeah, if you cheat on me, you gotta give me this certain amount of money or whatever, yeah, just expect the relationship never to really go anywhere beyond someone cheating on the other person, because that's kind of like, they're young, that's kind of like the lifestyle they want to live right now, you know. Exactly. Nobody wants to be tied down all the time. Yeah. So it shouldn't be surprising, you know, this nigga's just out here like fucking 50 different women a day, like. It's just yeah, no.
This man's collecting bodies.
Yeah, like, that's the type of shit.
Must have some great stamina.
I know. Man's got the stamina of a fucking Mustang. But no, honestly, it does make me think about like relationships, because like I guess like slowly as I'm going on, it's just thinking about the way relationships are set up for our age group. It's tough. It is tough, and it really sucks that like the societal.
It really is, because sometimes we're never on the same. Most people are never on the same wavelength. You know, one person may want like to be a faithful relationship, and the other person just don't have that same mindset. And it's always, most of the time, it's always like that. You know.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just I can say personally, it's just it doesn't make any sense when people are like, oh, like date for fun, like. Yeah, no, it doesn't really mix well with me. Just like, if that's the case, I feel like I should just be friends. Like the whole dating for fun thing, it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't like the way that society is basically kind of emulating like what rappers actually rap about in their songs. It's not fun.
It's just really gets tiresome.
It's soulless and everything, and like, I don't know. It's just like our age group. They're saying that like people are getting married a lot later in life. I believe it. I mean. There's only one person that I know that in our age group that is getting married, and it's my friend that I played GTA with. He recently proposed to his girlfriend, which honestly I know that relationship is really healthy. I mean, I don't know them, I don't know her very well, but I know like they have a pretty healthy relationship. And to say that for everyone else, nah. There are so many people that at least me and Kaibeam know who thought we're gonna be like this happy ending people. Nope.
Yeah.
Shattered.
Like I remember when
it's just about that mutual understanding, dude. If people don't have a mutual understanding, they have no business getting married because like you may seem like the best couple as picture perfect as they can seem, but if y'all really haven't had a really good sit down talk to really have a good mutual understanding, shit just it's not gonna work out, man. It just isn't.
Yeah.
Because once you start sharing everything, then that's when like everybody start realizing, yeah, maybe this is not what I wanted to do, and maybe I'm too young to do this. So as long as that mutual understanding is not there, where everybody is on the same wavelength, it's not gonna go well, dude. Ever.
Yeah.
And also, we brought it up too, just to quickly say, a lot of this. I mean, let's say for people of our like, I guess tax bracket, I guess I could say, but like, you know, a lot of people don't want to be alone. That's another thing.
No.
So even though like you know you're not gonna be faithful, you just want to come home to Sally because she's available right there. But meanwhile, you're just going behind her back, fucking her friends and shit. It's like I don't get that mentality. I mean, I know Sally's a funny name, but still, you know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
It just don't make no sense. But it is what it is. And for my last topic, to wrap this all up, I just wanted to talk about this because I just thought this shit was hilarious. So, fucking Kylie Jenner and Bella Thorne's fucking makeup artist, right? This person got into a car accident, a very bad one, mind you, because they needed to get brain surgery. So
this person literally launched out of his windshield, like in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. So
they weren't wearing seatbelts.
I don't know what happened. Probably not. But just know it was a bad accident.
Launched out of car.
Yeah, it was a bad accident. So instead of actually, I don't know, either splitting it or one of them taking the whole bill, because to them that's chump change. These girls give this dude $5,000 and then share his GoFundMe on their like Instagram and stuff like that, and have been trying to get people to donate to that.
Yeah,
and honestly, it's just like,
I mean,
what the?
I mean, like, on one hand, I see like how trifling it is, and on the other hand, they're using that platform to get people to help him. So I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I guess, but
it's commendable and also like just embarrassing. But yeah,
it's just like, bro, you guys like are trying to get people who are struggling right now, like to help your makeup artist, which, like my mom says, especially for Kylie, who dresses you up as like a light-skinned black girl, which you really ain't. But you can't spare $60,000. And here's the funny thing. Here, I have a quote from somebody right here. Kylie Jenner, a billionaire whose toddler has purses from Hermes, Chanel, and Louis Vuitton, wants you to donate $60,000 for her makeup artist for brain surgery. Her baby, I repeat again, her baby has purses from fucking Louis Vuitton that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
She also spent $1 million on her daughter's birthday too. But I mean, it's just, I would never. Honestly, these are not your friends.
No, they're not.
See, this is the reason why I said like I do not want to be like I want to get into the entertainment industry, but I do not want to be friends with the people that I watch on TV. No. Those people freak me the fuck out. The ones I would probably only be trustworthy towards is someone like Grant Gustin, because they all seem normal. I mean, except for Candace Patton, because she's but like those kinds of people, they're like the closest thing to normal. But like people like Kylie Jenner, those people who are reality TV stars, nah, I gotta stay away from them. Those people are dangerous.
No, they are. Definitely.
That's because they have the influence lifestyle, bro. They gotta live the fantasy life. That's the kind of life they have to live, even if it is not real. That's what they gotta project out there.
It's just
the anime lifestyle, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, no, it's just like something with like makeup artists too, because like there you got like I know you guys don't have any idea who these people are, but like James Charles
I've heard
for
of him.
example.
I've heard
Yeah,
of him.
no, that person. I hate the fact that he gets a lot. He gets away with a lot, but this dude was grooming people. He was trying to convince people that they were gay. Like he did all this other stuff, and then you had another person. I forgot his name was like Jeffree Star, that Orochimaru looking motherfucker. Like he is all like a racist. There's all these things, and I don't know. Like I said, it's just a weird reality to be in.
It is. It really is.
And okay, what are we watching?
Well, I just recently got done watching all of Avatar, original Korra. That was good. As I said to you guys in text, I think I prefer the original with Aang, but I see what they're trying to go for with Korra. It was cool.
That's me, Ang.
God. And you know what's funny too? When I was watching Korra, when I would look at the suggested shit, I saw the Avatar movie. I was like, oh, like what the, like no, like get that shit away from me, man. No, like I'm not doing that. But yeah, recently
goodness.
also Yashahime, the first season finale happened. That was pretty good.
I had to drop that show.
Yeah, I'd wait honestly because like it hasn't even wrapped up yet. So this is just the first season anyway. But besides that, yeah. I mean, I was rewatching the James Bond movies, I guess, because I was bored at work. But besides that, yeah, I haven't really started. I need to start some of the shows you got to tell me about, like Lovecraft Country and all that shit. So
yeah, man. Oh shit. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't put that on the notes, but yeah, Lovecraft Country is that show right there. Just the fact that there's a lot of mysteries going on. I love shows like that. It's like Stranger Things, but better and black. So, yeah, no, I love it. The tones for like racism and stuff like that. That shit, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Seeing that really does not make me want to time travel to the past. That shit looked terrifying.
No,
like,
really, especially not past America. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, like I understand what sundown towns were, right? And see, this is the thing that freaked me out because there's a scene where the characters are traveling to this area because they're trying to find the main character's dad, and they head down to this one spot, and the police pull them over, and they're like, "All right, I hope you know this is a sundown town, so it starts at like 7 until like the sun goes down, obviously, and." They're like driving. They're like trying to get out there because basically anyone who doesn't know what a sundown town is, basically in certain areas in a town, when it's nighttime, murders, rapes, lynchings, all these sort of things towards African Americans or just minorities, that shit is like the purge. I kid you not.
Legal.
Yeah, and
it was
you see
legal?
these. Yeah, no,
It's not illegal, but
Oh.
it was permitted.
the justice system pretty much turned a blind eye to it, and you
Yep.
see these characters like driving, but mind you, they can't go over the speed limit, so they had to drive at the speed limit because the cop was right behind him. He was basically following them, and then at some point he would actually ram into the back of them to try to aggravate them, to try to get them to speed off because he wanted to kill them.
So he should pull them. So he should pull them over and
Yeah.
make sure that they stay in the town till sun goes down.
Yeah,
So yeah.
God.
they left that
That's
area
fuck
just to
shit
go
right
back
there.
into another sundown town. They end up getting caught.
Oh,
And they're about to get executed, and they pulled that whole bullshit like, "Hey, there's a robbery right here. What do you know about that?" And he's like, "I've never been in Louisiana." You're a goddamn lie, boy. And it's just, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous,
bro.
but it's a really good show. I can't wait for season 2. Izzy, I'm trying to find out that scene where you said that Diane like was the one that threw that book to Atticus, because I replayed that scene like 6 times and I could not see it.
He didn't. She wasn't shown, but he explained there was a lady with a metal arm who grabbed him and tossed him back through the portal.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Damn. Okay,
It
so
wasn't shown, but he explained. Yeah,
I gotta rewatch it then because I was watching the scene where he got thrown back, but not actually when he talked about it.
it was
Okay.
after that when he was explaining how he came back, and I think he was either explaining to his girlfriend or his dad, where he showed the book and said like a
Yeah.
lady gave him the book with a metal arm and threw him back to the portal and told him something about it wasn't time for him to be over here or something like that.
Yeah.
Because he said something about the future wasn't right or whatever was going on.
Gotcha. I might actually watch that again tonight. Just because I love it. It has a perfect amount of length to it. As far
Yeah,
as,
a show on Netflix that I'm gonna be starting is called The Regulars. Seems like a pretty interesting show.
Right. I'll have to check that out too. One movie that I did watch too was I Care a Lot. Oh, fuck.
Oh my god!
God,
You finally watched that
I
movie,
hate
bro.
that person so fucking much.
I told
my
you, man.
gosh.
You were just conflicted on who to root for because
No, I
everybody
wasn't
in that show was
conflicted.
awful.
I wasn't conflicted. I didn't give a fuck about Rosamund Pike. No, I honestly was rooting for. Was rooting
I was
for.
rooting for her to get killed, bro.
Yeah, no, because
That
that
was just
she
an
was a
awful person.
Yeah, no. Beam. The story is like this woman would basically legally force old people out of their homes to technically repossess their assets but sell them to gain.
Yep, and sell it
Oh
off.
my god.
And what she would do also is like somehow she would collude with this doctor who would just say, "Oh my gosh, this person is just out of their mind. They got dementia," and they would write off these notes so that this person could just go to the court and say like, "This person clearly needs my help. I'm a caregiver. I care." But what she would also do is she would make sure if they had any family, she would bar them from having any contact with them. So they basically would die and they would be slaves.
Oh
Like that's
my
pretty much
God.
what it was. And
Oh, no.
I hate the judge, man. No, that was a certified coon right there. Not even just a coon. That dude was an idiot because throughout the entire movie, this guy was just like believing everything that Marla was saying because she was just like
that
his
doctor
kid-
was not the smartest person.
No, he wasn't. There's a point where when the movie kind of carries on to the main plot where she ends up taking somebody she's not supposed to, because Peter Dinklage is basically the person that she's going up against, and he ends up taking his mom, but the identity that she's going by was fake. Like she's like a mafia person, and the entire time she's like fighting because once she realized that hey, there's a lot more to her, Marla's trying to figure out who she is, so she goes to the court to convince. And then meanwhile, Peter Dinklage is like setting like lawyers and stuff like that to go after her, and Marla's just finessing this judge. She's just like, Judge, this is the kind of shit right here that makes people want to take advantage of nice old women like her. And the judge is like, right, all right, you can keep her. All right, break for lunch.
Oh
Like,
no.
that's pretty much what it was. And I hate the fact that she pretty much got away with. She should have been killed the first time.
That's the thing though. That's how most real life judges are because they deal with so many cases on a daily basis that they spend like pretty much 2 seconds on case after they hear it and just say, well, guilty, you're out of my office, guilty, or you're free or something like that. But most of the time they barely even listen to cases, because they just deem it like they already have their mind made up on what they're going to agree and disagree on what's guilty or what's not guilty. They don't really take the time to actually like logically or critically think about the person's life they're about to ruin.
Honestly, I can't say I'm surprised because there's a lot of mentally challenged judges out there, and I say that with pure insult because of the judges and just recent history that have made some dumbass decisions. They are definitely mentally ill. But yeah, that is just astounding. Like fucking lunacy in that right there, man. And
I
yeah,
know, Tim, once you watch that movie, you'll understand what we're talking about, bro. Like, seriously, man.
I'm happy.
Everybody in that movie is just awful. You cannot root for anybody in that movie. They're all just terrible people.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I'm literally happy she died. I'm pretty sure Peter Dinklage was the one who set up that guy to kill her. As like because he made their money.
The guy who killed her is the same guy from the beginning.
Yeah.
Who told her his mom didn't need to go to that hospital, but she just wouldn't listen to any of the reason he was saying, and just kept going back and forth with him and telling him like, yeah, he can't take care of his mom. He's violent, so his mom needs a personal care person.
Yeah, and she died. She died in that home with no one being
in
there.
that home.
Oh, man.
But I'm pretty sure. I have a feeling that Peter Dinklage is just like, she's over there, and he just shot her. And I was just like, I literally clapped because honestly, movies like this, I just don't want to watch them if the main character is just infuriating.
I mean,
but I had
she did accomplish her dream in the end. Remember, she became a multi-billionaire. So
yeah, no, she
that's
did.
what she wanted.
But she sucked at it because she's only a multi-billionaire for like a couple months, and then she got shot in the chest like a newbie. And anyone's supposed to know you're a millionaire? You wear a bulletproof vest? No, she's over here thinking that she's Miss Immortal right here.
Walking around like she owned the damn country because she literally did.
I literally saw a movie as the female version of Uncut Gems. I seriously did. Which, if any of y'all, I'm pretty sure Izzy's watched it because he's laughing. But
with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, Beam, you gotta watch the movie. It has Adam Sandler, The Weeknd, and stuff like that. But it's very fast paced. But it's one of those things where like the character is so hell bent on success that it just gets them killed. Like they get success, but at the price of their own life.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's just like, at the end of the day, it just makes you shake your head and just wonder, like, yeah, is success really worth it? Is it really?
Right off the bat, her character doesn't come off as likable at all because the first dialogue that she said pretty much just set up the entire movie of who she is.
Yeah, and I have a saying too. If you're not born into it, it ain't for you. It's just not, because anyone who tries to do ambitious stuff like that, honestly, it might be generalizing, you get an uncomfortable death more times than not. Because if you're fucking with forces like that, no, it doesn't end well. Because you're not someone who, like, came into power, was born into power. You literally fought and you lost. To a chubby-looking George Clooney. That's what the guy. I thought that's who the guy was. I thought he was like George Clooney, who just like gained a bunch of weight. But then I was like, oh wait a minute, no, it is not. Gosh. What a messy movie.
Oh yeah, you need to see that movie, bro.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Sounds awful.
Because remember, immediately after I watched it, I told you guys y'all need to see it.
Yeah, no, I was watching it. I had to watch it last night because it was just something I was like, yeah, you know what? You kept talking about it, so I'm just gonna watch it. And I was like, I fucking hate this person so much. Rosamund Pike is the personification of gaslight. She really is. Like when she died,
but she really played that character well, though.
Because she knows how to.
So believable.
No, she does. She knows how to. She gaslit Ben Affleck into taking her back in Gone Girl and have her kid. And he's just over here sitting here just wanting to kill himself because of the fact that he lost. And he's just sitting there just like, oh god. Like I'll have to tell you that off air, but yeah. The last one, of course, that me and Izzy watched is Invincible. Whew, boy. Beam, you're definitely gonna like this. I know you are, because this is a mix of Dragon Ball Z, Justice League, and Spider-Man put into one.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like
Izzy was telling me about it off air before, and I'll definitely check it out for sure.
It really wants me. It really like kind of compels me to write, like not really write, but draw like a comic if the Saiyan saga really was like that and they survived, like the Saiyans actually survived, because that's what it was. Like when you watch it, there's the first episode that is brutal. Basically, this Vegeta-like character who's I would say he's kind of like Superman, but not really, because of the fact that they get Zenkai boosts through like exercising and stuff like that, and they can get hurt. But he ambushed the Justice League in this universe, and he took the Flash, and he kept squeezing his head so hard his eye popped out. And then he was still trying to punch him, and his wrists were just broken, and then he just crushed his head. And yeah, no, it was man.
He literally killed the entire Justice League.
Yeah, pretty much. And Izzy, that's not even just the most hardcore thing. Like, I just got done finishing like 2 major events, and I can't wait for this to be animated. That shit's gonna be wild.
Yeah. It like even I'm reading the I started reading the comics again, and I'm like, yeah, this one is gonna be crazy, man. Because like they have so many plot twists. You would think one character is like, hey, I'm rooting for this character. They're just ultimately like good or whatever. Yeah. They may just have something in the back of that closet that just is gonna make you like pretty much not want to root for them anymore. Like that douchebag Robin character who makes stuff pop with a firework. I keep forgetting his name.
Rex.
Yeah,
they have some really good names. I'm not gonna lie, like
they really do. And
especially
that team that they keep making fun of. I keep forgetting that the team that they keep making fun of, like that crappy B-list. Yeah,
yeah, the Fivers. That's funny.
Yeah. No,
those guys are terrible superheroes, bro. Even though they were never shown, but like the way they kept talking about them, it just makes you just laugh and chuckle every time they talk about that team, because it just sounds awful.
Yeah. Being there's this one part in the comic where was it the main character's dad just beats the shit out of his son.
Ugh.
And he's basically like, yeah, I will kill you because that's the name of the race. Like they really have Saiyan mentality.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, no, they have Saiyan mentality. Basically, it's like
they go to planets and conquer it.
Yeah, the strongest will survive and stuff like that. And
wow.
Oh my god,
dude, they literally had it like a free for all calling on that planet where they just straight up had a battle royale and killed everybody who was like the weaker, who was weak on the planet.
Oh my god!
If you weren't strong enough, you die.
Oh
yeah,
man.
And like.
Damn.
They're like saying it. They're like Saiyan invasion arc is way more what the fuck is way more detrimental than the than what actually happened in DBZ. Man, that fucking sucks. Oh man. I just watched something that was just kind of like shocking.
Gotcha.
Oh man.
It's because they come to your planet and tell you like, hey, do you want to join our empire? And if you say no, they straight up just destroy your planet. And imagine these people are all Superman characters. All of them have like pretty much the same ability as Superman, and without any of his weakness. At least they haven't shown any yet. And it's like thousands of them just come to your planet and actually, hey, we got advanced technologies and all this. Then you want to join our empire? We're gonna supply you with all the technologies, and all we need is your resources and shit. Yes or no?
Yeah.
If you say no, well, they give you a chance.
Oh, okay, thank God. Yeah. And like the characters, they receive damage. Like the main character named Mark. There's so many times in the comics I just saw him where he'd get his intestines ripped out of him.
Oh.
It's like that, bro. It's like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, like, even the Justice League, they got dismembered. Like, it was just awful, man.
The Batman one was probably the worst because of the fact that he tried to sneak up on him, and then Omni-Man took the dude's ankle, like threw him so fast. He of course like twisted his ankle and like pretty much shattered it. But when he slammed his head on the floor, like his skull just exploded, and you could just see like the bottom of his jaw.
What
And then like he punched a hole in like their Green Lantern's face. The chick was like, "Oh."
Yep.
He had
She
no
was gone
time
too.
back. Yeah.
Oh
Man, I love this series. Like, there's this actually. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of characters that I can relate to on a personal level, especially the main character's mom. So,
Right.
man, yeah, I'm glad they made this series. This has to be like a 10-season show
And
right here.
I really think like they picked a good time to actually make this like finally make it into animation, because
Yeah.
like pretty much everybody's familiar with how superheroes are now, so they didn't have to go through a lot of explanation or tell you like build up of what is going on already. They just
Yeah.
give you like the detail and just started the story without having to like waste that time with useless fillers and stuff.
Yeah, and it gets. People were saying that the comic was gory, but the animation is even gorier. So.
Oh no, it's gory as hell.
Oh
You just
man.
like literally like when the aliens invade, you saw old people like children and old people getting blown up
Yeah.
and that bits of intestine like flying everywhere.
Oh
No,
Like, you
my
saw this
God.
grandma got smooshed.
Yeah, she
Like,
got
it was
fucked
just
up.
crazy.
Her elbow was like hanging out of her arm, and then like her shin was just like hanging too.
Backwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
You're probably gonna say ugh a lot because it's graphic. It's just beautiful.
This nigga said beautiful. This nigga said beautiful. Oh Lord.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'll go
well.
check it out though for sure.
I mean, they were being realistic, because if you have a whole bunch of superpowered individuals running around like that, the amount of damage that it causes is gonna be like in the millions of deaths or thousands of deaths, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even that one time he actually punched his son right through the skyscraper. Like, how many people died? About 300 plus people died just from that one punch that he punched his son right through that skyscraper.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of other people got hurt. One punch, dude.
It doesn't even take a whole lot. It's just crazy how they go into detail. Like usually, like when they like cut someone's head off or like punch them their head flies off. It just shows their head still being intact, but it would just fly off their shoulders. But this, like, they show their eyes just coming out. Like, oh man.
Yeah. Like that, you could tell the last pain and emotions they were feeling when they got that brain and brain
Yeah.
matter splattered.
Like their version of the Flash, like saw his iris and he was like, "I'll be back," and he was like literally explaining like how every moment, like every sentence is like a picosecond for him, so it's like hours. So when he was
Right.
dying, he could literally was just in agony for like years, technically
Years.
speaking.
Damn.
Yeah, so beautiful.
All right. Well, if that's everything, I mean, shit. We're at 2 hours and 17 minutes. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the longest podcast ever, my boy. But I mean, shit. There was a lot to
Probably
cover.
second longest, but
No, this
Yeah.
is the longest. This is the longest, definitely. Because I mean, the one me and Izzy did before was like what, an hour and 50 something. I think. I don't know, something like that.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah, when you weren't around. But anyway, you already know what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. Kai Beam Podcast, episode 11. You know, here with Gomdo and Elusive, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Yes, sir.
Peace.